Hi guys, it's me, Abby, and today I bring you a new video, but this will be about my second reaction video. In this video I'm going to tell you some mistakes in the reaction and I'll try to correct them or something like that. But I will also comment on some things that although they seem to be mistakes, they really are not. Now let's begin. Mistakes. The first mistake was at the beginning of the video, as the characters acted like they didn't know who the Holy Roman Empire was. The same thing happened with the German Confederation. I'm not including the North German Confederation because in my AU he and the German Empire are actually the same person. But still, that was a total fail since the Holy Roman Empire was present in Europe from 962 to 1806 and participated in many important wars. Actually, the only ones who didn't have to know who the Holy Roman Empire was, are the German Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Kingdom of Serbia, Soviet Union, and Third Reich. I'm really sorry about this. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I think I was so excited about my first reaction video that when I was doing the second part, I didn't do my research well. From now on, I will take my work more seriously and I will try to avoid making mistakes like these. Something that I also want to mention is that in this part the Union says that World War II was the bloodiest war in history. Well, that's what all the media one consulted say. Although some of you told me that there were bloodier wars than World War II, such as the Mongol invasions or the Taiping Rebellion in China. The truth is that there is no exact number of how many people died in World War II. Some say that there were 40 million deaths and others say that there were up to 100 million. What do you think? Another thing I also want to clarify is this part of the video. Apparently, several of you mistook Russian Empire's reaction and thought he was worried about Poland or something like that. But what actually happened is that he was just confused. Remember that in that part of the video he still didn't know that the Union was his son. That's why his confusion, since he didn't know what both Soviet and Reich were doing with his territory. Next point. Some may wonder that if Russian Empire isn't that bad and heartless in Mayo, then why did he sell Alaska? After all, she was like his daughter, right? Well, here I am going to clarify two things. Number 1. Russian Empire had a brother who was First Russian Empire. He died in 1858 and since then the Russian Empire that we all know, took the power. Number 2. For most of countries of that time, they did not see their territories and colonies as their children but as their property. Of course, some made exceptions, but that was not very common. And another thing is that countries can inherit the territories to their successors. For example, Prussia inherited the Polish territories to his son the German Empire, but that doesn't mean that he became Poland's new father. In conclusion, Russian Empire, realizing that Alaska could be a danger due to its proximity to the British colonies in Canada and that he would not be able to defend such a distant territory, he simply decided to sell her to the USA. Besides, he didn't even see her as his daughter. Another thing. I know that many were probably confused in these parts of the video, but calm down, here I explain. You see, the fact that the Bolsheviks were created in 1903 and the NSDAP was founded in 1920 does not mean that Soviet and Reich were born in those years. Because they don't necessarily have to be the representations of those parties, they are only the representations of their countries. What they did was support the ideals of their respective parties and join them. So no, as the Union said in the reaction video, he didn't create the Bolsheviks but joined them. Plus in Mayo he was still a baby when both Bolsheviks and Mensheviks were created. And the last thing that I'm going to explain in this video, I think is something that everyone understands, but in case you don't know it for some reason, well, I'll explain it here. The reason why I made Reich the son of German Empire and Austria-Hungary in Mayo, is because Hitler was Austrian, but I didn't wanted Reich to only be the son of Austria-Hungary because in that way he, instead of being the successor of German Empire and Weimar, would have to be Austria-Hungary's successor. Well guys, that's it. We finally reached the end of this video. Do you think there were more mistakes that I forgot to correct? If so, I ask you to please write them in the comments and I will try to fix them. Thanks for watching. Bye. After a month, I'm finally going to start working on the third part of the reaction video.